Today, if you read the judgment, I'm I- I'm not going to so much read the judgment, but I'm going to tell you a story rather based on this judgment, Criminal Appeal number 540 of 2013. And at the end of the story, I'm going to ask you a question that you can reflect upon, you can contemplate, and if you have an answer, I'd be happy to receive it. Now, since this is a criminal appeal, and pertaining to this judgment, I made a small video which was predicated on a specific case law which was used in this particular judgment. And though anyway, the purpose or the objective was different, and here the purpose and objective is again different. Let me tell you what exactly happened in a story format. So, this appellant back in 2000, sometime 8, met with a tragic accident, or let's say, I'm calling tragic accident, the reason being, finally, he has been acquitted from the charges that was labeled on him. So, in the year 2008, this person's wife uh, died in a terrible accident, and subsequently, that accident or this alleged incident took turn into becoming a criminal action, criminal charges, and he was convicted by the trial court subsequently under section 302, which is punishment for murder. And usually for punishment of murder cases, the punishment is often lifetime imprisonment. And I think that is what exactly happened because the case doesn't say anything on that. Now, against the conviction of a trial court, the appellant went to High Court, and High Court also upheld the decision of the trial court, and the conviction remained. And subsequently, after 2012, the appellant filed again a criminal appeal before Honorable Supreme Court. And if you look at the date, which is relevant to the question that I'm going to ask, it was filed in the year of 2013, which is right after the decision by the High Court. Now, this person who was charged with alleged murder, who files a criminal appeal in the year 13, surprisingly, this matter is being heard in the year of 2025. So it's something like this: if somebody cries for help, or at least for this person, I'm not going to talk about the other matters, so that will be a different subject topic or a topic of research maybe. A person cried for help, asked for help, or reached out for help to Honorable Supreme Court. It took around 12 years before it can be heard. Now, in the legal domain, there is a principle called uh, justice delayed is justice denied. Now, I do not know even whether at this stage I can say that justice was served. I do not know what was served, but again, that will be a different question. Now, this person at the end, if we go to the last paragraph or penultimate paragraph, it says, "We accordingly allow this appeal and acquit the appellant by setting aside the order of the High Court dated 2012. The appellant shall be released from the jail henceforth." Now, there is a big question. A person, when he's getting acquitted after 12 years or maybe 14 years or so, one thing that becomes very clear that something was wrong in the system or some sort of lacuna or deficiency or inefficiency or mistake probably was committed in the process, and the price of that mistake or uh, uh, cost a person of 12 years of his life. Now, who is to blame for that, and who will take responsibility or who will be held accountable? So these are the questions that I have. Now, if you talk about, if you think of blaming the trial court, I wouldn't do it because uh, through my experience or my understanding, I'm never shocked of the fact that the trial court doesn't apply its mind. If it applies its mind in any case, then probably I'll be shocked. That will be an exception. But usually, uh, that's not the norm in the trial court. In the most of the cases, or in 99.9% cases, if you're practicing in a trial court, uh, if not in all the, maybe trial courts, but in most cases, they are in a, I mean, the matters are disposed in a very mechanical manner, and people suffer for it. So I wouldn't blame it, because if it is the norm, if it is the custom, if it is the practice, I don't see a point blaming, uh, trial court for it. Now, when someone comes to high court, I think since it is the highest court of a state, I would expect that s- uh, certain amount or some amount of thoughts or consideration on subject matters. But in this case, I would still say that at least this matter was quickly disposed of, uh, even though uh, the judgment was, if you compare it with the apex court, then their version or their judgment can be said erroneous or wrong or mistaken. Uh, so again, that's a question to reflect on, whether the blame can be put upon High Court. Last but not the least, the Apex Court took 12 years before it hears the matter. Now, this part is quite shocking, considering that this person uh, gets acquitted, because when the matter was filed in the year of 2013, if it was heard probably subsequently in the year 2014, so at least 10, 11 years would have been saved of that person's life, which is a big amount of a person's life. I do not know the age, and I don't have any details of this person, but this delay in disposing of matter, this delay in hearing the matter or delay in hearing this matter can cost a person 10 years of his life. So, leaving me with a question to reflect on who is to blame for it, whether it is the trial court or the high court or the Supreme Court, the highest court of the nation. So I really do not have uh, anything else to say rather than maybe just a big sigh or breath of air. That's it. Uh, because phenomena like this, I don't think can be brought under into any sort of rational discussion because or sort into a domain of critique, because in order to certain event or certain facts or phenomena to bring within the consideration of critique, some merit has to be there, some substance has to be there. But this is a phenomena, or this is a case, or this is an event where uh, I don't see any substance or any merit when it comes to those questions, the questions of accountability, the questions of responsibility. The only thing that happened, the only fact, or the only substance which remained with this particular matter, that a person lost 10, 12, or maybe 14 years of his life for no reason at all. Thank you.